Hello, fragrance friends. Thanks for joining me for today's video. I hope you enjoy this video as much as I know I'm going to enjoy making it. I've been on YouTube for over a year and a half now, and I have really enjoyed the entire process of getting to know how YouTube works, figuring out how to make videos and edit them, and I continue to grow in that process. But what I love the most about YouTube is the community of folks on here. I love you as viewers and how you interact with each other and with me. And I especially love the other reviewers on YouTube. There are some really fabulous folks in this community. They don't have to be doing this. And that's what I think I love the most about fragrance reviewers. I think just about everyone that I'm going to mention today, they all have other full-time, very interesting jobs. This is a hobby, something that's of interest to them that they just enjoy doing, and they want to share their passion and love for fragrances with you and each other. So I am certainly subscribed to a lot of fragrance reviewers. I get a lot of wonderful ideas from them, and I can only hope that I either inspire them to try some fragrances and maybe in some cases avoid others. In that way, we're all always collectively learning from each other about fragrances out there and how they can be perceived. Because fragrance is one of those things, as I know you hear 1,000 times when you watch videos, it is so subjective. I really do mean that. There isn't one universally lovable fragrance. There isn't any one reviewer who gets the fragrance right in the way that everyone else would think. All we're ever doing is giving you our own ideas and impressions of what a fragrance smells like. And because we can't be in each other's bodies to experience the sense of smell that anyone else does, the best that we can do is try to imagine what something smells like. The other thing we can do is try decants and samples. And I know I've complained about those in other videos, but there really is some advantage to sampling fragrances. And I have had the pleasure of being able to do some sample swaps, especially recently, with some of my favorite YouTubers. There's lots of favorite YouTubers, but I can't get everybody in one video. So I think I have maybe about 10 folks or so that I'm going to talk about and some of the samples that they've sent me. Disclaimer, I am only going to talk about the samples from what they sent me that I think are full bottle worthy, that I enjoy and I think are worth pursuing either now or in the future when a spot opens up on a shelf, because I'm running out of space here. And I'm going to try to limit it to no more than 2 or 3 per reviewer, just so that we can move on. For some of these folks, there's probably 5 to 10 fragrances they've helped me try that I just love so much. But without further ado, that was a hugely long intro. Let's get rolling. So I hope it's okay as I go along if I share just a few really quick comments about what I love most about each of these reviewers, and I would urge you to go check them out. They don't know I'm doing this video. Hey everyone, but I really do love to give flowers to everyone while they are alive. If you don't know what that phrase means, long and short of it is, let's give praise and adoration to our friends, our family, the people that we love and enjoy while we're here to enjoy it with each other. So I'm going to start off with the very sweet Brooke Souza, who's a Bath and Body Works queen. If you haven't watched her channel, go check out some of her hauls and reviews of her body sprays and lotions and so forth. We did a little sample swap, and there are 2 that she sent me that I can attest to being full bottle worthy because I ordered them today and they are on the way. I am filming this during Memorial Weekend of 2022 when Dua is having a 30% off sale. I have this love-hate relationship with Dua. I cannot stand the bottles. I hate them, but I really enjoy the variety of fragrances that they offer and have found some real winners that are long lasting in the lineup. So one that's on the way is Vanilla Lemon Gelato. Yes, this is a mass appealing fragrance. I would describe this as Lyra from Xerjoff on steroids, meaning there's this lemony, creamy sweetness about this that is just like summertime sunshine happiness. It lasts a long time. Thank you, Brooke, for that. It's on the way. And the second is Cotton Candy de Dua. And this is, yes, another mass appealing fragrance. I describe this as, I'm looking down at my spreadsheet in case you're wondering what I'm looking at over here, because I have notes I want to share. This is everything that I wished Aquilina's Pink Sugar would be. or that it should be. And I have that fragrance and I enjoy it, but there's something chemically and maybe like a little burnt in that fragrance that can sometimes spoil it if you're not in the mood. This cotton candy, the Dua, is super sweet, pink, and fluffy in all the right girly ballerina cloud-like ways. So that's on the way. It's definitely full bottle worthy. So check out Brooke. She's super sweet, just a genuine soul, like one of the kindest people I have met through YouTube. Next, I go to a friend that I'm just gonna call an old friend because she was with me from the start. One of my very, very first subscribers. I think she was subscriber number 28, she says. And it's Chris from the Perfume Nest. We have been going at this for a long time. I have watched her channel grow. She's becoming so successful here on YouTube. Just a beautiful friend with a great soul, a fabulous collection. I've learned a lot from her. We've joked around a lot together about some of the silliness of ourselves as we try to film on YouTube and just go through like these goofy experiences as we're doing our hair and our makeup and our fake eyelashes are falling off and that sort of stuff. So she's been like a sister, a partner in crime through this. I have this whole corner of my linen closet that's dedicated to all the fabulous decants that Chris has sent me. And there have been so many, but there are two that she has sent me that have especially captured my attention and I think are absolutely full bottle worthy. I'm going to start off with Theo Cabanel's Cafe Cabanel. This is, yes, a mass appealing fragrance for a more mature crowd, I would say. This to me smells very cinnamony, very milky, very biscotti-y, biscotti-ish. It's a sexy, comforting fragrance. So it's like gourmand, but in a sexy way. It's moderate all around, so it's not the longest lasting or most projecting, but the bottle is gorgeous and the fragrance, I think there's something very 80s-esque about it to me that I really just enjoy. So this is one that has been on my list and every time I go to buy it, it's sold out. I have to keep my eye open for it. Another one that I have never seen on discount, but a girl can dream, is Santal Complet from Fragrance du Bois, also from Chris. This is not a mass appealing fragrance because it is a very warm, to me, dry sandalwood kind of scent with some coconut, like a shaved dry coconut accord there. Toasted coconut is what I called it. So the fragrance is very soft, but it's elegant and I like it a lot. It turns into a skin scent quickly and it doesn't have any lasting power, which is probably the most upsetting part to me. So it's intimate and very moderate at best in performance, maybe poor performance, but I like it a lot. And if it ever got on deep discount, I would add to cart super quickly. So thanks, Chris, for that. I'm gonna go next to Jay, who is at Masked Man Reviews. Jay is another person who has been a supporter since the beginning of my channel. I think he might have been one of the first people that commented on my videos and has just been a great support all along. I've always enjoyed Jay and joked around about him being like a family member. We have a similar demographic background and he just reminds me of like the male cousins that I used to hang out with as a kid. So he sent me 8 and Bob and it's called that as well, the original fragrance. I would think this is a maybe on the mass appeal factor. I'm not quite sure, but I would say it's a spicy, gingery, woody, salty fragrance. It has an ambergris note in it that adds some of that saltiness. And it leans masculine, and Jay knows that I appreciate masculine leaning fragrances. It's moderate all around, but I really enjoyed this fragrance when I sampled it. It's unique and interesting enough that I'd love a full bottle of it. He also sent me a fragrance that I recently got interested in when I did my green fragrances video. Someone commented about Cartier L'Envol. L'Envol. And voila, it showed up in a sample set that Jay sent to me. In terms of mass appealing, this is a maybe too. I'm not sure that everyone would be into this. I find this fragrance to be green, like very green on the opening with a citrus accord. So those two are kind of mashed together right on the opening. As it settles down, you get more muskiness, a sweetness, and a woodiness from this. But I really like this. It is marketed toward men, and so maybe it does not have any sort of masculine aspects or touches to it, but that is okay. I definitely would love to try this. He sent me a sample of the EDT, and I'm interested in the EDP as well. So thank you, Jay. Keep doing your thing, and I appreciate your YouTube friendship and your support all along the way. You rock. Next, I'm gonna go to Joss, who is at Joss's Fragrance Mixology. Her channel before was called Joss Jane, and she recently changed the name to Joss's Fragrance Mixology. Joss is another one that has been there for a long time, since almost the beginning, and has been super supportive. She and I and Yulia, who you'll hear about in a minute, and Richard, who you'll hear about also, are in like a chat on IG that we have had going for forever now. And so we chat almost every day, and boy, are they funny and just uplift me when I'm having a blue moment. Thank you to all of you. Joss is that super supportive, almost like motherly figure, but she comes across more big sister to me because we're in the same age range. And she's just adorable, big, sweetheart, incredibly generous, and super supportive. So thank you, Joss, for who you are and what you provide to me and to others in this community, that sense of support. So she has given me, like Chris, 5,983 decants over the months. So there's no way I could review them all. 2 that I have picked out. 1 that I have a full bottle of on the way as I'm filming this video is Coco Vanille from Mancera. It's a fragrance that I had sampled before, kind of forgot about it, and then got interested again. So she very generously sent me this huge decant of it, almost like a travel spray. Yes, Coco Vanille is a mass appealing fragrance. It's a coconut with a very soft, pale vanilla in the background. The coconut is rather pale too. It's not a really pronounced coconut. In overall, this fragrance is pale in both aspects, coconut and vanilla, but it just works. It's nice and it's soft and it's subtle. And it's one that I could see layering with a lot of other summer coconut fragrances or vanilla fragrances any time of year, or maybe even tropical floral fragrances, like a terracotta on top of that might smell really fantastic if you layer them. So it's a huge bottle from Mancera. You know, those are like 4-ounce enormous bottles, and they last you forever because they are long lasting. Coco Vanille is moderate in projection, but it does last quite a long time. So thanks, Joss, for that. And another gem from Joss is Tudo Azul. Tudo Azul from Vinci. Absolutely mass appealing fragrance. It's a very happy, bright citrus with a little bit of sweetness. Fabulous, fabulous late spring and summer fragrance. I haven't purchased it, but it's certainly at the top tier of my want list, my wish list. This one is moderate performance all around, and the bottle's super pretty. Thanks again, Joss, for your generous contributions to my fragrance library and to my understanding of a wide range of fragrances. I'm going to go next to Yulia at scentsiblings.ca. Nope, scentsiblings.com.ca. Yulia. Yulia is another one that has been there since pretty much the beginning, very, very early on. I don't remember the time when Yulia was not there, because since she came on the scene, at least for me, she's been so super supportive and just a fun YouTube friend. Her videos are lighthearted, they're humorous, they show off all of her fabulous editing skills, and she just really has a great time with her videos in a way that keeps the content light. You know, some of these fragrance videos can get overly serious. Like, some reviewers are really super serious about, I don't know why I'm laughing, about their love of interest. Maybe I'm laughing because I don't take it seriously. To me, fragrance is a fun hobby and not something that I get particularly uppity about or uptight about or feel like people need to do in a certain way. Fragrance is something that people get to enjoy in whatever way makes sense for them. So I appreciate Yulia's unique take on fragrance reviews and the infusion of her really interesting personality and humor into her videos. She recently shared with me 2 fragrances that immediately grabbed my attention. And I have to admit, I was a little biased in thinking, I'm not sure that I would love these, but I'd like to try them, because they are chocolate-based fragrances. And sometimes chocolate fragrances can be tricky. They can come across kind of artificial smelling to me. So she sent me a sample of Chocolate Greedy from Montale, which, ooh, it was so good on the opening. Yes, I think this is a mass appealing fragrance. If you love chocolate, you'll love this. It reminds me, was it called Swiss Mocha? Was that the name of it? Swiss something. I remember in high school having the little tins of the cocoa powder fragrances that, you scoop out. They were all in one. They had the cocoa powder, they had the sugar, whatever else needed to be in there. You scooped it out and put it into hot water or hot milk, and voila, you had chocolate milk. It reminds me of the way that the powder smells when you open the can. So it's like this sugary, chocolatey cocoa smell that's really true to form. I found Chocolate Greedy to be moderate to long lasting on me, and I'd love to have a full bottle of it someday. I'm in no rush for it, but boy, is that a delicious smell. So is Wicked Good from Gallagher. Another fragrance that I was hesitant to purchase because Gallagher can be a little bit pricey, not terribly pricey, but a little bit. And I just wasn't sure that I would love a chocolate gourmand scent. This is also a mass appealing fragrance if you're into chocolate. I found this to be a syrupy, milky chocolate, a very, very sweet chocolate that I would love to have a full bottle of. It's moderate all around. Some people feel like it's long lasting. For me, I'd say it was moderate projection, moderate longevity, and delicious. So two lovely chocolate fragrances from Yulia. Thank you for your YouTube friendship and for sharing this fragrance journey with me. Another person who has been supportive all along is Lala from Lala Da Beauty. She's such a sweet soul. She supports so many people here. She's gone above and beyond and out of her way to really be kind to me in my YouTube experience. So thank you so much, Lala. She's a very sweet person, and I enjoy seeing her in the comments, and I enjoy watching her videos. She recently shared some samples with me, two of which, actually she shared with me some very generous travel sprays, two which really interested me. The first is called Superbia. I think the company is pronounced Memoize. London. This fragrance immediately struck me as this super intense rose, like rose on steroids. A bright, fresh rose, and in the dry down becomes a little bit more dark and gothic as the woody leatheriness of the fragrance really starts to join the rose that you get on that initial blast. So it starts off almost like a fresh rose that transitions into something a little bit more goth castle, dark, rich rose with a woody leatheriness to it. Very long lasting, very interesting scent that I would wear on special occasion or maybe even date night if I was feeling bold. She also passed along Still Life from Olfactive Studio. I don't know that this one is mass appealing. I would say maybe on the mass appeal factor. It's a fresh green and citrus kind of fragrance right off the top and throughout, and has some aromatic qualities to it. It's one that I think I'm going to take on vacation with me this summer and enjoy in the high heat of Cabo San Lucas. It's moderate all around in performance. So thank you, Lala, and thank you for all of your support, not just of me, but of a lot of people in the community. Keep doing what you're doing. Next, I'm going to go to Lulu at Lulu's World. I really enjoy watching her videos. She does early morning and late night videos and just has this super interesting personality, speaks off the cuff, just this really sweet, kind, thoughtful person. I enjoy the gentleness of Lulu, and especially when she is just being herself on camera, and there's some funny stuff that happens that she like me, we just laugh at ourselves sometimes and don't take ourselves too seriously. We have very similar taste. She has an enormous collection, and I love a lot of what's in her collection. Go check out Lulu's World, some really fabulous videos and an incredible range of fragrances that she enjoys. So I appreciate that. She sent me some fabulous samples that I still haven't gone through all of them. There are just so many beautiful ones, but a few that I really enjoyed. One was Jasmine Doe from Maison Lancome. You know I'm a stan for some Maison Lancome, so is she. She and I both share a love of Maison Lancome and a love of tuberose fragrances in general. So this fragrance is a very light, clean jasmine. It's like the cleanest, most summery, fresh, almost leaning aquatic. It's so like light and watery in nature. It has, to me, like this tea thing, a very light green tea thing happening. And there's some greenness to the fragrance as well. My only complaint about this fragrance is that it is very light on you. It's not a highly projecting fragrance, and it's very moderate. But because it's a Maison Lancome, and because I love jasmine and I love this kind of profile of a light floral for summer, it's one that I would definitely consider full bottle worthy if you're a fan of that. Another one from the samples that she sent me that I love is Monbloom, not Montbloom, Monbloom from Ramon Monogal. This is not a mass appealing fragrance. This is, in my opinion, a very animalic tuberose that has a lot of woodiness to it. It's a bold, in your face kind of a fragrance. And if you're not into that, this will not work for you. It is very strong all around. I love the bottle. and it's one that Lulu is into, and so am I. We share that same kind of love for that scent profile. So Lulu, thanks so much for your YouTube friendship, and you keep doing what you're doing and making your fabulous videos. There have been so many days that Lulu's videos have kept me good company on a long car ride, and I'm just chuckling along with her as she's sharing various aspects of her hauls and fragrance and makeup and product buying habits, because I hear you and I share that with you. Another YouTuber that has been super generous with her decants is Marcy at Marcelina Teresa. I adore this woman. I joke around about her being my cousin, my sister from another mister. She just brings so much joy to the YouTube space, and I always feel happy and uplifted when I watch her videos, and I really, really love her travel vlogging and reels on Instagram. Just joyful, full of joy and happiness. She has shared some fabulous fragrances with me, two that I know I would want full bottles of. One is Lamar from Khajal. This is not a mass appealing fragrance in my opinion, although it is massively reviewed here on YouTube. I think this is mostly a rose fragrance. People rave about this being a pineapple fragrance. Yes, pineapple is here, but for me, pineapple is more of a supporting actor in the composition, with rose really taking a front seat, I think. It's also a very musky fragrance, and it has some woodiness to it as well, and it is strong all around. Lamar means business. And then there's Lalibela from Memo Paris. Also not a fragrance that I think is mass appealing. I'm not sure that people would totally understand this one. This one is also a prominently rose fragrance, but it has this soft coconut in the background, almost like the coconut is this really light hammock in which the rose sits for this fragrance. It does have like this hint of grapiness to it and woodiness, but I also find the composition overall to be on the creamy side, which is what's really interesting to me. And you get a lot of that like coconut creaminess. I shouldn't say a lot. It's subtle, but it's there in the dry down. So this is a fragrance that I definitely have my eye on, and it's moderate all around in performance. I go next to Melissa from Melissa Jean, who is just a sweetheart of a person. She is delightful. Her videos are also very happy. Her personality is so bubbly and so sweet, and she's so generous, and she has this wide range of fragrances that she enjoys. So I always learn something new when I watch her videos. I am in love with Illusione from Bottega Veneta that she sent me. I don't think it's a mass appealing fragrance, but it is a nice one. And I find it to be minty and citrusy and soapy in ways that really heavily appeal to me. It's moderate in performance all around, but I'm definitely interested in a full bottle of Illusione. I am absolutely going to get a bottle of the next one, which is Javoy's Remember Me. A fragrance that I had heard talked about on YouTube and thought, surely it can't be that good, like another vanilla fragrance. But boy, is it good. I really want it. And I'm willing to pay full price for it, which is, I think, in the 180 to 200 US range. It's worth it to me. I find it to be a spicy, milky vanilla with this like tea accord. There's something really interesting to it as a vanilla fragrance, and it's moderate to long lasting. Thanks, Melissa, for sharing these gems with me. And you keep doing what you're doing on YouTube. Let's go next to one of the most interesting personalities on YouTube. If you're not subscribed to this guy, you are missing out. I'm talking about the man, the myth, the legend, Richard at Richard Keycott. Hi, it's me. It's Richard. That's how he starts his videos, and it is just so charming. This man pours out his life story to you and shares his scent memories and his love of fragrance. He does the craziest hauls and has just the most fabulous reactions to fragrances. And it's just such a joy to watch. I could watch Richard talk for hours and hours. He sent me Close Up, also from Olfactive Studios. I do think this is a mass appealing fragrance. I found it to have a very sweet and bright opening, but then transitions into something very woody and ambery in the dry down, like this comforting fragrance with this moderate all-around performance.
Hello.
Do I smell good?
Mm-hmm.
Valentino, Donna born in Roma.
I like Valentino.
We like it.
Yep.
Recording. That was my husband visiting because he missed me, and it's time to cook for the troops. So I better hurry this up along so that he's not cooking on his own and hates me later because I'm up here filming and having fun while he's slaving over the stove. So close up is a yes. And then the other fragrance that Richard introduced me to, and you know that I already have a full bottle of this, but it bears mentioning again, is the gorgeous, unique, and interesting Chamal from Nobile 1942, one of the most unique fragrances that I've ever smelled. So this is not a mass appealing fragrance, and I would not advise blind buying this unless you want something that is really different and peculiar. The advertising for this talks about it being a date-centric and incensey fragrance that is reminiscent of desert night air. That may be so, but I actually get something completely different. I do get some incense out of it, but I mostly get crushed herbs, like a cilantro kind of a smell. I get crushed peppers out of this, like green and red peppers. I get aromatic accords out of Chamal. And I just love it. I adore the blue bottle. I think everything about this is so funky, eccentric, and different. And I need it in my life. And it's moderate to long lasting. It's one of Richard's favorite fragrances. So it reminds me so much of him when I see it. Thanks, Richard, for being you and for sharing so much of yourself with us. Adore you. Keep doing what you do. Let's go next to the beautiful Sunny at Sunny Scents. Oh my gosh, what a delightful human. She posts and I'm like, yep, click, I'm watching right away. She has this sweet, comforting voice. She comes across super genuine and she tells it like she sees it. If she doesn't like something, she'll let you know. If she loves something, she raves about it. She has an adorable son that she posts some pictures about on YouTube. And I just enjoy Sunny all around. Like, what a great, warm personality of a human, a sincere soul. One sample that Sunny shared with me, which I really enjoyed, was Amber Vanilla from Regina Harris. How beautiful. I think, yes, this is mass appealing for people that like warm scents. This is a very deep, resinous, vanilla-based fragrance with some spicy touches. Beautiful. It's moderate to strong in projection and longevity. And I'm cheating a little bit on the next one because she didn't send me a sample of this. She talked about it on her channel, but I purchased a full bottle on accord of her recommendation. It's Le Parfum. What a fantastic fragrance with this old school vibe. It's vintage, but not in like a way that would not feel modern. I don't know how else to describe that. It has this strong, sweet, sexy vanilla base with these powdery notes, and it has this bay leaf, which gives it this aromatic touch that is unique. Along the lines of like Angelique Noir from Guerlain. Imagine if that was like deeper, sexier, darker for nighttime. You might get Lalique Le Parfum kind of vibes out of that. That one is moderate all around, and I'm so glad that I have it. It's an affordable gem of a fragrance. I'm gonna finish with talking about Tammy O. This woman is so delightful. Just this bright light here on YouTube. She's funny, she's chill, she reviews fragrances sitting on the edge of her bed, on the floor of her bedroom, and just has this like fantastic, interesting personality that thinks in creative ways. One of the funniest videos that Tammy posted is that she made her bottles, like she animated them. It's called personification, I think, in literature, where you make an inanimate object animate or human-like, and she has them talking to each other in these vignettes, and it just cracked me up, and I fell in love with Tammy, and I'm like, she's just the best. And she's like that best friend that's across the country that she doesn't know that I think of her as like a best friend, but Tammy, we're cool. Like, you and I, we're all right. She sent me some really fabulous fragrances. One is Hayati from Attar, the Attar collection. I think this is definitely a mass appealing fragrance. I would describe it as having fruity ice cream vibes. Definitely a strong pineapple note. It's fun, it's light, it's fresh, it's girly, and I just enjoy it. It's happy. It's one that I think would be great for summertime, and it's moderate to long lasting, and I love the bottle. And she shared with me one that I fell in love with. I have a dupe from Dua that I will use, but I'm looking for a full bottle of this at a discounted price. You know, I like my discounts. And this is Passe Soir from BDK Parfums. One that I had heard people rave about and thought, it can't possibly be that good. Oh my gosh, it is amazing. It's like the best of L'Eau de Issei with La Vie Belle. It has this happy fruitiness to it. It's just an amazing fragrance that feels very sexy but playful at the same time. I adore it and I need a full bottle of it. I used up that sample like right away that night. I couldn't stop spraying myself with it. I would say the projection and longevity is moderate all around. So these are some of the YouTubers that have sent me samples and decants that I have really enjoyed, and I hope to do more with other YouTubers in the future. So YouTube made me do it. These are the ones that are on my wish list. Well, there's a bunch that are on my wish list from the decants that they have shared with me. Thanks so much for watching today. I hope that you enjoyed this and got some ideas for both fragrances to think about, and if you haven't already subscribed to these people, some new YouTube channels to enjoy. I can attest to all these people being super fabulous, and most importantly, having a big heart and a gentle soul, and they're just good people. So go check them out. Hope you enjoy them, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, my friends.